Hi guys, and welcome to Scrap Brat. I am Cindy, and today we are participating in the JJ3 under 30, and we're going to be making something very simple, very easy. And does anybody else struggle? I'll explain it to you. Does anybody else struggle with these realistic pads? I do, and I'm going to go over how I use them. I make little Polaroids out of them. So make them in different sizes, and you can get 8 out of one sheet of cardstock. So I'm going to grab a piece of cardstock and I'm going to start my timer, and I'm going to show you how to cut it up into how to get 8 out of one sheet of cardstock. And it's just the way that I use the realistic papers. I use sometimes pictures out of magazines if I like it. I just don't use a whole lot of realism in my journals unless it's in picture form, then I'll use it. So, there's that. So we are going to get our timer started, and we're going to start it, and then I'm going to show you how to cut it, and then we're going to try and get 3 of them done. So, okay, first what I do, and I use both cutters. Get the other one out. What I do first is I cut the width of these down, and I cut these to 3 inches. So we're going to cut strips of 3. And hopefully then grain for the most part. Let's scoot up just a hair. So we get 3 3-inch strips, and then we end up with a 2-inch strip. These 3-inch strips I cut down to 4 1/4. This may or may not cut. We'll see. We shall see. Yep. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we end up with 9. Did we end up with 9? We do. Don't listen to me. It's not 8. It's 9. We end up with 9. Okay, so we have a 2-inch strip. We're going to cut them down to 2 3/4. Oh, and I'm not even going to use my other cutter. How about that? We may use it for the pictures, though. Okay. So we have our 3 small ones, and then our 6 big ones. So we are going to take something out of here. It's got really cute stuff in it. We'll do that one maybe. I think we'll do that one. And then I'll go over, I already did those. We'll go over, oh, that's cute. How I cut what size I cut the inserts for the Polaroids. That's a little bit big, I think. That's too big. I don't want to do the same thing. If we get one of those. That one, maybe. If we can get more than 3 done, then hey, that'd be great. Got a little bit too much faith in myself tonight, I believe, because, well, I struggle with it every single time. But these, I think, are pretty simple, pretty easy. Okay, first we're going to cut off the branding strip. This one's not even a branding strip. It's just, yeah, just whatever. All right. So for the bigger ones, what I usually cut them down to is 2 5/8 by 3 high. So we're going to cut this little piece off here because, well, I don't want that line in our pictures. So, let's see. And because of this, let's see, 3/8. Oh, I can't think. Not 2 3/8, 2 5/8. So just a little over. Yeah, that's not enough. We're going to go this way. Just cut it down just a little bit more. 2 and that'd be 4/8. So we're going to go 5/8. Just a little over 2 1/2. And then we're going to go 3 high. Why does that not look right? It doesn't look right. I think it is, though. Yes. Doubt myself. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and make, we'll just go ahead and cut some. We'll go ahead and cut some. We'll cut some. These are something that you could definitely use up some of those magazines, and it would really kind of help you build your stash, because the back of them you can use as journaling cards. And like I said, it kind of gives you the chance to use that realistic looking cardstock. Do I want to do it like that? Yeah, I think we need to cut a little bit of the lake off on this one. Now, when I say no scrap, I mean no scrap of the cardstock, because obviously we're going to have to cut our pictures down to the size that's better. The size that it will work for us for our Polaroids. So we can be as picky or as frugal as we want to with our papers. Me, I would much rather have little slivers cut off of my paper and have it look similar to an actual picture. But that's not a necessity, I guess. Let's see, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see, so 2 5/8 wide. And that one would almost make another one. Focus on what we're doing, Cindy. Focus on what we're doing. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's come over here from the JJ3 under 30, and tell you that I appreciate you watching, and if you want to stick around. And we are starting a new series. I'm still making my other videos, but we're starting a new series for newbies or people with just block. And I have a minimal supply list that I've been working with and making easy stuff. May add to the list as we go along in the series, but you know, I'm going to be sad when the JJ3 under 30 is over. So, got to keep my mind busy with something. We're going to just cut these little guys, these realistic ones out, and see if we can get them into a Polaroid. Okay. So with these little guys, yeah, I think that actually works. We're going to cut him right about there. actually said what I was going to cut him down to. But we're going to cut him down to 1 3/4. And he's about 2 inches high. So 1 3/4 at 2 inches. And we're going to do this one the same way. Which side are we going to cut it off of? This side. And about 2 inches high. I'm going to cut a little bit off the base, I think. Just a little bit. This little guy I may save. I got this one a little bit bigger because, well, it needed it. So there's that. But I do come in with a little bit of sanding. And for starters, what I do is, where's my bone folder? For starters, I take a picture that I cut out and I kind of just burnish it down a little bit. You probably can't see it, but it makes a difference. It makes the edges look more rounded like they would in a Polaroid. You don't have to do this, but, well, it's the little things. It's the little things that make me happy. It's the little things that other people notice. Again, though, you do not have to do this, especially if you're using like a magazine page or a book page, because it's probably not going to be as thick as this cardstock. And I come in just ever so slightly, just going to hit those edges. Oops, come on. Again, if you're using book page or you're using magazine, you may not need to do this. If you're using a really shiny magazine, you may want to just dress the whole area and kind of take some of that sheen down and maybe add a couple of scratches to make it look like a vintage Polaroid. Okay. We are going to put those guys to the side and see what we have still left over here. 1, 2, 3. And I have 1, 2, 3. How about that? And I have 2 of these. So we're going to go around the edge of our Polaroids and just do the same thing. And then we're going to come in just ever so slightly. Just hit them with a little bit of ink. Oops, that's a little bit too much. And if you have the Tim Holtz, I can't remember what he calls it, like vintage tape, or you have Margret's boo-boo tape, when you put them into your journal, maybe I'll do one. If you put a little piece of boo-boo tape on them, they look ever so cute. It looks like somebody had it posted up on a bulletin board or, somewhere with the tape on it, and it's super cute. I still have yet to use Bob's Your Uncle. I got it printed. I had an idea for it. And then I went to sleep. And I can't remember what I wanted to do. So I have it printed. And maybe if I can't remember what it was I wanted to do, then maybe I'll just do it and just post it when I remember. Or I'll think of something new. It's a cute kit. It's really cute. The freebie is amazing, but the kit is like super cute. All right. I know the inking, you don't have to ink, obviously. I just think, especially with making them, you want that little bit of a shadow, because if anybody actually remembers Polaroids, they were actually in the backing. You kind of had that little bubble at the bottom, which I thought about making a fake little bubble, and well, it just looked dumb. So I gave that up. We didn't keep up with that idea. But this is something that you can very easily mass make and share them with friends, or keep them in a little bin for when you have a happy meal, or you just need that little extra something for a journal. You could also take the pieces that we cut off, not these, like these, not that, but take these and make tags out of them, and that would match your ephemera. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, so we're just going to glue these little guys down. That face up, yeah. Just going to glue them down. I think I may do one with book page, because I think we're going to have plenty of time. I say that, but I still want to kind of do the boo-boo tape thing to show you guys. And if you wanted to, you could probably make these smaller ones just a little bit longer. The pictures for them, you can make them a little bit longer. You can kind of play with the size, as long as it's smaller than your base. You could even come back with come back and make larger bases. I mean, nobody says it has to be the same size as these. Be any size you want. And like I said, you could make these and give them out. You could stick them in with birthday cards. If you know somebody who likes to go to the lake or likes to go boating, make them a card and then stick this in it. I like, when I make cards, I put little things in it that's like a little piece of paper, a note that says, happy birthday from Cindy. That way, if they want to, they can reuse the card, and it's not just a one-time thing. Some people don't understand why I do that, and I have to tell them, well, you can reuse it. But that's just me. So there are our Polaroids. wonder if we could make, I don't think I have another small one, but I do have this book page over here. Now this is not Polaroid era, but we're going to try it. It's from a video that we made the other day. So, and I still have this book page over here. So we're just going to give it a whirl and see what happens. We'll have a funky black and white Polaroid. Because, well, why not? And if you do watch my channel, you'll know that I love making faux photos. Kind of something I really like to do. Okay, we're gonna cut both of these ladies right to the sides of their arms, and then we're gonna see where we're at. Let's see, how's that? Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. And we're gonna cut a little bit up there. See, this way it's kind of showing you how you just kind of keep nipping away at it. We're probably going to end up about where we need to be. And I kind of like that. Yes, I do. Kind of like it. Okay. And we're just going to come in. And again, I know this is not the era for Polaroids, but you know what? It's a junk journal. It's okay. We could have a fantasy mushroom in a Polaroid if we wanted to. It would be a cute look. I don't have any magazines, otherwise I would try and fit a magazine one in, but you know, it's pretty much the same as a book page, so there is that. Oops. And there we go. There's our black and white Polaroid. Okay. Now I actually remember that I think we did have black and white Polaroids. They were a little funky though. I think they were like shorter. Like this wasn't as big. I don't know. I'll have to get my picture albums out and check. But I think we're just gonna add just a little bit of color in there. Yes. Like it. Okay. Now we're going to take, I had gotten ink on one of these. This one's pretty bad. Gotten ink on the bottom of them. And what I'm talking about is, say this is your page on your journal here. Come on. This is your page on your journal. And you're going to glue him down so you have a little tuck spot behind him. Well, then you take the boo-boo tape or the vintage tape that you make or that you get from Tim Holtz, and you just kind of, let's see, how am I going to want to do this? I think I'm going to take it piece off. Because, well, if it was taped down once upon a time, now it's not. So, but if you want to tape it to your page, you could tape it down, and it would be so cute. So cute, cute. So we're gonna take and put the other piece up here. Yeah, why not? Why not? But this tape looks so cute on faux photos because, well, that's what happens to tape when you put them on pictures and you come back to them in 40 years. So, yeah. So, well, we got more than 3 done. And if you guys stuck around, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. And I hope that you come back and hope that you picked up a couple of things. If nothing but inspired you to use some of those magazine pages and some of the things that you have just kind of sitting around. And if anybody struggles with using the real pictures, like I said, they are definitely a challenge for me to use unless I use them in a picture. So that's what I use them for. So again, just to go over them, we just made some, well, lake Polaroids and a Polaroid of Grandma and Grandpa. So there you go. And hope you're enjoying this challenge. Although it's coming to a close, the JJ3 under 30. Hopefully you've learned a lot and met a lot of new creators and found some people that you're really enjoying. But I just want to say thanks again to all of my new subscribers and everybody who's been with me from the get-go. You are greatly appreciated. And yeah, so go out and spread some joy today, guys, and love one another. So until next time, much love. Bye.